ARK Launch Week is officially here, and on Wednesday, August 26th, one of ARK Survival Ascended's biggest DLC updates of the year is expected to arrive. Astraeos is receiving its final ever major update, completing the map with a brand new island, a new enormous underwater world, 2 new creatures, and potentially several surprises that haven't been revealed yet. We also need to discuss the Genesis Gallion because it was originally planned to launch alongside this update, but with very little new information during the past month, there are now some important questions surrounding whether it will actually be ready. Today we're going to go through everything confirmed for August 26th, everything that we expect to see, and the main features that remain uncertain ahead of Wednesday's release. And before we start, if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because launch day is going to be absolutely packed with new ARK content. And of course, if you want to come and join us over in the LoadedCrysis cluster for Astraeos launch day, if the map does get over 100 players, we will open up another temporary map to make sure there's enough space for everyone who's playing on launch day. The link to our Discord is down below and will bring you straight into the cluster. Anyway, let's get into it. So Estraos has been one of ARK Survival Ascended's most ambitious map expansions, and I would say it's probably been one of the most popular. Developed by Baratos, the creator behind maps including Fjorda, Valguero, Svartalfheim, Bjarnheim, Estraos has been released and expanded in stages. Each major update has opened additional areas, introduced new creatures, and continued building this enormous Greek-inspired world. And now that journey is approaching its conclusion. The final update is officially scheduled for Wednesday, August 26th, and this should represent the moment Astraeos becomes the complete experience Baratos originally envisioned. That doesn't necessarily mean the map can never receive another bug fix or minor adjustment. However, this is kind of presenting it as its final major content expansion before development attention moves towards future projects for Baratos, which is ARK Helanthos Q1 2027. But the first major addition is Helianthos. Helianthos is a completely new medium-sized island being added to Astraeos. It has been described as containing vast mountain ranges, large open landscapes, and plenty of new exploration opportunities. That should give players a significantly new surface area to discover, build upon, and fight over. A medium-sized island can still be a substantial addition in ARK, especially when it contains multiple elevation levels, caves, hidden locations, and areas designed for different styles of gameplay. The large open landscapes could provide some excellent base building locations, while the mountain ranges may become valuable for resources, creatures, and naturally defendable positions. And of course, we won't know the best building locations until players have properly explored the island for themselves. Launch day is always one of the most exciting moments on a new ARK map because nobody has solved it yet, especially when it comes to Baratos and his riddles. The resource locations aren't memorized, the cave entrances aren't all over YouTube yet, and the most powerful base spots haven't necessarily been claimed. Everyone enters the new area with that same feeling of discovery. Helianthos also provides another contrast to the regions already available across Astraeos, and the map has gradually grown into an enormous collection of islands, landscapes, and mythological environments, and this final landmass should help complete its surface world. But the update isn't only expanding Astraeos above water. One of its most exciting features is actually hiding beneath it. Abyssanthos is the new underwater world arriving as part of the final update. We knew previously that an underwater area was being developed, but the level of support surrounding the project encouraged Baratos to reveal it properly. From the early material we've seen, it appears to be much more ambitious than a few additional underwater caves. It is being presented as a complete underwater region, a new world beneath Astraeos filled with new environments and locations to explore. And this is really important because, as I've mentioned many times before, ARK's oceans have always had enormous potential, but players often feel like the underwater gameplay receives less attention than the surface, especially like the flaw on Genesis Part 1. The ocean can sometimes become somewhere you visit for just a resource, tame or cave, before quickly returning to your base. I have in fact seen a lot more players these days over in the LoadedCrysis cluster actually living underwater, which is really awesome to see, and I hope to see that happen a lot more within the future of ARK. A properly developed underwater region has the opportunity to feel like its own biome, its own stage of progression. And Abyssanthos could contain valuable resources, dangerous creatures, underwater building locations, hidden passages, and potentially even encounters that haven't been shown yet. We need to be careful not to present an unannounced content as confirmed, but this is the final Astraeos expansion, and it would not be surprising if Nakatis has deliberately kept some of its biggest discoveries hidden for the launch day. And that could make the mysterious world of the new underwater land the first place many ARK players will choose to explore first. Although, knowing ARK's oceans, it could also become the first place many players immediately regret exploring. So, anyway, alongside the two new regions, August 26th also is going to be introducing the Baratos. The Baratos is a fiery new bruiser designed to stand against some of the toughest creatures found across the ARKs. Visually, it resembles an enormous boar surrounded by fire and equipped with physical strength required to charge directly into battle, and its abilities combine raw damage, fiery attacks, and bleeding effects, making it very useful when fighting powerful targets. It doesn't appear to be a creature designed to avoid danger or delicately attack from a distance. The Baratos actually wants to get close, hit hard, and leave whatever survives the initial attack burning and bleeding. That combination could make it extremely useful against high health creatures, depending on exactly how its effects scale when players begin testing it. It also has utility outside of combat. Its smouldering abilities can be used while harvesting trees, leaving them charred before the Baratos brings them crashing down. That means the creature may become both dangerous and a very useful resource gatherer. ARK's best creatures normally provide value in several different situations, so combining battle abilities with harvesting could help the Baratos remain useful after the initial excitement surrounding its release is over. Wildcard has also teased that defeating one of these may leave behind something best enjoyed at the breakfast table with a side of eggs, which strongly suggests some form of bacon related resource or item, although we'll need to see exactly how that works when the update arrives. And perhaps the most exciting and entertaining part of launch day will be discovering how the creature is tamed. We currently know what the Boaratos is designed to actually do, but earning one as a tame could involve a dangerous process, especially if it can apply fire and bleeding when approached. Of course, it'll be coming to my channel as soon as it launches. The second creature arriving on August 26th is the Concavenator. Now, this isn't just made to be planned to come to Astraeos, this is a Garuga 123 ARK Editions project, so this will be coming to many maps across ARK, but the Concavenator is a fast and agile creature and a desert specialist capable of turning sand into its playground. It can swim through dunes at tremendous speed before launching itself into the air and performing spectacular aerial movements. That already makes it different from most of the conventional land creatures, apart from maybe a Phazo. Instead of simply running across the desert, it can use the sand for movement and positioning and surprise attacks. And in a pack, the Concavenator becomes even more dangerous. Coordinated groups can circle their prey, creating choking clouds of sand and attack from unexpected angles. That means individual Concavenators may be elusive and entertaining mounts, while a properly organized pack could become a serious threat. This creature also has one of the most unusual saddles we've seen. Its design supports Concavenator's high speed movement and aerial tricks, and helping sell the idea that this creature is built around finesse, momentum, and style rather than simply possessing the highest raw damage. The Concavenator's official arrival is also important for the wider future of ARK editions, because several creatures from the project have already joined the base game, and more are either planned or still in development, and every successful edition gives ARK's official creature roster more variety while recognizing years of work by talented members of the ARK community. So on August 26th, we have two very different creatures arriving. Of course, we have the Baratos, the Concavenator, with one that charges directly into danger, while the other circles its targets, controls the environment, and attacks from like unexpected actual spots. So, then we need to talk about the Genesis Gallion, because the Genesis Gallion back in mid-July was said to come to ARK Survival Ascended alongside the Astraeos update. Now, nothing has actually indicated right now from Studio Wildcard that this isn't coming, because from what we last heard, this was the plan. Sometimes when Studio Wildcard goes quiet on us, that tends to mean that there's a chance that on launch day, they will put a small little announcement underneath the launch saying the Genesis Gallion isn't ready yet, and it might come later in the future for the game, but I'm hoping that's not the case and they will still launch it. The Genesis Gallion is meant to be the largest thing so far, and they have promoted it to us, and we were meant to have been playing with this since the start of July when Genesis first launched. So this is going to be a very interesting update to see what's actually happening, but it's looking like it's going to be a fairly big one, so prepare yourself, get ready to see the final ever expansion for Astraeos, and if you enjoyed today's video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. Come and join us for the LoadedCrysis cluster launch day and have some fun with the whole community. It's always a really enjoyable time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.